Ben pulled up. He was like, "Where's the camera?"
I was waiting for you to put a phone there or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, See, I'm stepping
It's
up.
nice.
Dude.
It's low key. Yeah,
I'm
you
stepping
don't
up.
realize it. Yeah, I mean,
But out here with the boy Andrew Boryga.
yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Of course.
Straight from Miami.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
he
I'm in Miami.
He pulled up to the gym this morning. He was boxing.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
I told him to get to be ready to call someone out. You got who you gonna call out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, bro.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like-
training him.
Yeah, he was getting me ready for my first
Getting him ready.
He
Substack
was
bout.
like, we got to do like a literary. I was like, me and Sean been trying to do that. No one wants to fight though.
There's a lot of beef on Substack, so I'm just
Yeah,
like,
who do you
maybe-
want?
Yo, it's gonna.
I don't have no problems with nobody, but I'm just, if everybody wants to do
Harold
it.
could cover booking, but like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna happen. Like Eddie's
Somebody's
in.
gonna,
It's
You
gonna be
know,
at
you know
Church
Eddie,
Street.
right?
Who?
Eddie Wang.
Eddie, oh yeah.
Eddie
I've never
Wong.
met him, but I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of his
He's
work.
he's gonna be the headliner.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
I'm gonna get some. We got some merch going. You know. What
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
I got
mean,
the plug.
I
you
mean,
know?
come on,
Dude,
we
come
got
on.
it done.
It's
As
just
long
gonna
as
be-
Harold trades me, I'll be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot. Yeah. Who you gonna fight, bro?
I don't. I mean, I'll take any contenders, bro.
Alex
Anybody-
Perez, he's always talking.
Alex, Alex is actually Alex was my boy. I've known Alex since before he wrote
Yeah.
that fucking Hobart shit.
Yeah.
So it's funny to see.
I mean, friends turn to
yeah,
rivals all the
nah,
time.
nah.
I mean, you guys.
he's in my book club, man. We
Oh, is he in your book club?
Yeah,
What-
yeah, that's my boy.
What
He's-
y'all reading? Only Raymond Carver? Y'all allowed to read anything else? Or?
He didn't get to choose yet, so
Oh,
when he
okay.
does get to choose,
Yeah.
he's probably gonna choose fucking
Only
Raymond
the
Carver.
original Raymond Carver's pre-list.
Yeah,
edited?
yeah.
Like,
Only.
That's
yeah.
only what the real men read.
I mean,
dude.
he on some real shit. He fucking. I was like, yo, next time shout me out because you. Put
I
that
know.
my backlist went up like crazy. I was like,
I've been like, he's messaged me too and shit.
Yeah, he's a
before,
good dude. He's a
from
good
a
dude.
while. But then like when Fuckboy was going crazy, he'd all be like, "Does anyone want me to write about the fucking book that everyone's talking about?" I'm like,
yeah.
in some ways, like I feel like low key with YouTube, but some people it's like they got a whole thing where it's like no man can do this, and then if someone does do it,
They
it kind of
ignore it.
ruins the whole shit.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like,
yeah,
"Nah, I ain't even gonna talk about that one right there.
Yeah,
No."
it's
I was like,
weird.
"You
It's
pussy,
weird.
bro."
It's
It's
weird.
fucking-
I mean, hey, he's
We
know.
almost
call
potted
him
one
out.
time. We were like going back and forth a couple weeks, and then I was like, I don't know.
Well, you don't gotta hate somebody to fight
Right,
them.
right.
It's just a sport.
True.
You just a sport.
I mean,
you
what
you only gotta hate him
You
for
hit
like
the
6
bag a little
minutes.
bit today.
I
He was
mean,
doing the pads and shit.
I was doing the pad. I don't know. I did a little bit in college. I did
did?
like these but not like him.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
it was like these boxing like gym classes and shit.
Okay,
You know, we
bet.
hit the bag, we do the pads or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I came in. He was like, "Yo, you box?" I was like, "Yeah, man." And then I was doing this shit 10 minutes. I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm tired." I'm still winded, man. Honestly.
No, he can hit
That's
pretty good.
dude.
though.
Get the endorphins out before.
It
you
was
hop
great.
on
I
the
love
track,
it.
bro.
Honestly, as soon as I finished, I went home. I started looking up Miami boxing. I was like, I need to do this again. I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the
boxing's
best.
great, and
Nice.
it's the most literary sport, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
in some
yeah,
ways.
Low key.
Yeah.
Bolaño's dad.
I mean,
Bolaño.
a
Bolaño
lot
talked about
of-
boxing.
I mean,
His dad was a boxer.
oh, he was
Yeah,
like
was he really?
legit,
Yeah.
like
Oh, I
the
didn't know
pro.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Hemingway.
Well, there's all
No,
that
who was it?
boxing
Hemingway?
in
No, not
2666. Hemingway was a boxer.
Hemingway.
Right.
Oh yeah, the whole
Nabokov
fate,
used
the
to
fight-
give
the part
boxing
about fate.
lessons.
The part
Yeah.
about fate. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
boxing, yeah. The Mexican dude gets fucked up.
You like Bolaño?
I read Savage Detectives.
You did?
Yeah. And I don't think I read 2666.
Did you like the Savage Detectives?
I remember liking it. It was like a while ago. It was
Yeah.
probably like 10 years ago, and I remember fucking with it.
Yo, I killed. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
I killed Malcolm Lowry's Under the Volcano this past week.
I didn't see that. I didn't read that.
You know, but that's what the epigraph of Savage Detectives. From.
What is the epigraph?
Do you want?
You
do want
memorize
Mexico-
it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh shit.
I
You
mean,
want-
he read
this
like
is
all of
epigraph.
Bologna a
It's
million
epigraph.
times.
Do you want Mexico to be saved? Do you want Christ to be king?
Oh yeah.
And then another answer, no.
Gangster.
But they drank. Yeah, they drunk as fuck in the cantina, and it comes on the radio, and it's untranslated in the fucking Malcolm Lowry. It's in Spanish.
Oh, so
yeah, ¿Quieres Mexico? Yeah.
But who translated it? Bolaño put it in English, or is the translator?
Of course, he didn't put it in English.
Yeah.
They translated it, but they
Why would they
dumbasses-
do that? I
They
don't.
probably didn't realize because everything's in
yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah, you're right.
They weren't reading. It's literally like,
Oh,
it's like
you're
20
right.
pages left,
Yeah.
like 15 pages left in the book.
Oh, that's actually a good.
Yeah.
Who translated? Natasha Wimmer.
Yeah.
Hit
I'm
her
trying to
up.
find
Yeah,
me
I'm
a
gonna hit her
Spanish
up.
translator, man.
I'm a corrector.
Yeah.
You got a Spanish translator?
No, I got an Italian one.
Okay,
Somehow
bet.
I got Italian for, which is, shout out to Italians.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, so
it's dope,
have you
but-
talked to people about that? Because
honestly, I just don't know how to do it. I
Yeah.
don't really know. I came into publishing. I didn't really have any
Yeah.
understanding of publishing. So I'm like, I figured after the book came out, if it does well, that just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it will. I don't know. It's been only a year, but the book there's a considerable amount of the book in Spanish. It takes place partly in Puerto Rico, and so I thought it would be an obvious thing, but I don't know. It's been kind of quiet.
I mean,
on that.
that's like the thing. Like,
Yeah.
the Portuguese, we can't sell it in Brazil. Like, my
Really?
book's set in Brazil.
Right, that's interesting. So even you didn't get it?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I
really?
got it in French. But
Okay.
it's just like
That's fascinating.
But a lot.
We all just got the one random translation. I'm just like I'm like fucking
Yeah,
holding
you
it
got
down in
Romanian.
Romania, dude.
You got
Like,
Romania?
Romania's
Nice.
kind of sick, dude. Like
No, that cover's sick too. They
Oh
they
yeah, I
were
remember.
cool
I think
with
I saw
it.
you put
Yeah,
that
the
up. Yeah,
Romanian
that was
cover.
nice.
But they say like I don't know. I mean, I know, I heard that like some markets don't want a book in English that's
Right.
related to that.
Right,
They
right,
want
right.
like fucking.
you can't control
American-
that shit.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
control
I
that
mean,
shit.
Yeah,
you really can't.
I don't know the actual cause, but I have heard from other like Puerto Rican writers on Puerto Rican that like books about like Nuyorican.
Yeah.
like they don't respect as much as like people who live on the
Yeah,
island, or
yeah.
like you don't actually know what the fuck you're talking about. So I don't know if there's some weird beef, and in Spanish
Yeah.
people like Spain and Puerto Rico have beef. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, who knows? I don't know. There might be some colonialism shit behind all this. Who knows?
Yo,
So
How's
I try
your
not to look too
Spanish?
deep
I killed
into
the
it.
book last night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I fucked
I
with it
appreciate
a
it.
lot.
Yeah, let's
talk
Thank
about
you.
the book,
I fucked with it a
Victim.
lot. Like,
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
It surprised me too.
Okay.
Like I kind of went in like I see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a little triggering for me.
Really?
Well, not I mean, just come
Okay.
on. I've been to fucking college. I went to college.
Right,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
in that
So I'm
respect.
like,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
in that
okay.
respect, I'm just kind of like, bro, this is making me nauseous. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just like you calling it out so blatantly, just the whole vibe, the campus vibe.
Campus vibe.
How
is
old are you,
weird.
bro?
34.
Me too.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
exact
all right,
same
all right.
time.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm
When's your
I'm-
birthday?
January 24th.
Holy shit.
Oh,
When's
okay,
yours?
February
nice.
14.
Oh shit. So
We-
you
we
also
damn-
on a what is it?
Yeah, Aquarius.
Aquarius. There you go.
Holy
Okay,
shit,
nice,
dude. We born
nice.
the same month.
We're same time. Yeah.
Damn.
There we go.
So I mean, identical time in college, probably.
Right. Basically, yeah. I
Right?
graduated 2013.
Me too.
So there you
I
go.
mean, I didn't. It took me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't
Okay.
graduate.
Well, we don't have to do
I
no.
was supposed
No
to.
shame. No.
But at Swarth, where'd you go to college?
Cornell.
That's right. That's what I thought. So I was at Swarthmore.
Oh, okay.
outside
I
of-
think I visited Swarthmore.
Yeah.
That's one of the. Where's that? That's like in
Mad Trees,
Philadelphia.
outside of Philly.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Okay.
But like shit was going crazy the last 2 years at campus.
Yeah.
Like low key, at my school, like low key, Swarthmore started the Me Too movement.
Really?
Well, because they made the first Title IX complaint applied to a non-sports issue.
And you were there at the time?
Yeah, I was there at the time.
Oh,
And
shit,
it became,
really?
I saw it become I said it was an op-ed in the newspaper.
Okay.
I mean, in the school paper, and then it became a national thing.
Yeah.
And once it became a national thing, everyone wanted in, bro.
Really?
No, everyone wanted in on the hype, dude. Come on.
I mean, yeah. No, I remember.
Obviously, your book is much more nuanced. But I'm
No.
just saying-
But it's interesting because it's interesting that you went through that, because I remember at Cornell, I feel like I was seeing the inklings of it, but
Yeah.
there was no big
Exactly.
a moment or
Swarthmore's
event.
probably
Yeah.
a little more like. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
small, extra
Yeah.
liberal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Cornell
Yeah.
you still had a lot of frats and shit, and it was a very
Yeah.
weird kind of vibe on there.
For sure. That's wild.
The
but
funniest shit was the Latino Students Union.
Yeah.
where all
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying,
together.
that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
that was so good.
well, like,
Yeah.
but yeah. So like, yeah, bro pulls up to college and is kind of like, just very naive, and there's kind of like a sort of like. A victim Olympics kind of vibe
Yeah,
going on, and
yeah.
then his interpretation is different than other people's. You learn, but all to say, not to synopsize your whole damn shit, but like all to say, like I kind of thought I knew what you're doing,
Okay.
and like the turns it took were like crazy.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
And I thought
appreciate
it was really good, bro. I thought it
Thank
was
you,
really
man.
good.
I appreciate it, bro.
Like by the
Thank
end,
you.
I was just like, damn. I was like, I didn't think you were gonna turn it all the way back around.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you, man.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
bro.
Yeah, definitely. I was running it back on the audio because I read
Yeah.
it in that first time, and
Yeah.
then I mean that's good to do. Like just running it back on the audio.
yeah.
People sleep on audio.
Audio is
books,
dope,
you
man.
know.
I mean, as a
People sleep on
parent,
audio.
I'd probably read 80% of my books on audio. Like,
Yeah.
I just have to, because I don't have the time.
I recommend
you know?
people read my book with audio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
especially
listening to yours.
since
Yeah,
It's
it's
dope.
good.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
And you read it. I was like,
I
oh
read
shit,
it.
it's him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You should have read your book. The
Nah.
narrator's good, but
I mean, yeah, I don't know. They didn't even offer me the chance, but I don't know if I
for the
would've done
next
it.
one, you got to read it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
You know,
maybe.
that's because I just feel like that. I mean, my audiobook is like there's a bunch of different.
You have like 5 characters
I
in your
know,
shit. I was
I
like, damn, he
know.
got a whole cast.
So
Like-
I was like, I'm
You
not.
should have gone
pay
like
multiple
Lincoln
people.
in the
You know, I
Bardo
mean, people
and had
do-
like a different person read every part.
Huh?
You should have gone Lincoln in the Bardo and had a different person read every
But
part.
you
listen-
did have. I was listening to yours. You have like literally like 5 people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
There's
you
a bunch
do?
of people.
Well, I
yeah.
never hit your
Yeah,
audio.
yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I'm like, I don't know if that's the move to have all those different people.
Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of like, I mean, all the people that do a great job, but it
Right,
just like
right, right.
comes off as like too theatrical in some ways, and you can't get into it. Like you can't get into a rhythm with one
I see.
reader. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but What was I gonna
It's
say?
interesting though when like my guy who's really cool is Anthony and
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, well, I never met him, but
Yeah.
we got cool on Instagram because he's from Miami. He's a Cuban dude from Miami, but he honestly, to me, I thought had the best New Yorican accent. They gave me like 4 or 5 people,
Yeah.
and the other guys were like a couple of them were like theater kids, and I was like, no man,
Yeah.
this is not like this is not it. And there was another guy who was just like, he had the Bronx accent, but like from the 60s.
Yeah.
You know, wise guy. And I was like, bro, this is not it either.
Yeah.
Like, so Anthony killed it, but it's funny to hear them have to do like the girl voices and
Yeah.
like, you know, and like they're trying to,
Yeah.
they're trying hard. So I was like, oh, that's cool that they actually got like women to do the female parts. And you know, that was interesting.
So you know, it's funny like how
Looking at my
and Javi's his name.
Javi, yeah, it's the
Yeah.
narrative.
He gets into like I feel like this is something I really like when it's books. You know, we always talk about this with Anard and shit like
Yeah.
that. It's just like an interesting aspect of men to explore is yo pause exploring
Pause, bro.
no like I feel like you know Javi gets into all that shit just because he's kind of a coward. Like he don't really want to whatever he's really thinking or whatever. He's not interested in expressing anything true about himself, right? He's just like, oh,
Right.
this is gonna get me. He's just being like guided along by
Scheming,
this
yeah.
girl kind of
Yeah.
wants. I'll be
Right.
like this. I'll be
Right.
like
Right,
this.
right,
You know,
right,
it's
right.
cowardice is really like his big
Yeah,
sin.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I don't know when he. It's good. Like I mean. That's a great way to set up a book. Is just the double, right? Because you got Geo and it's just the
Yes,
double
playing
from the
them off of
very
each other
beginning.
was
yeah,
like always-
and then
that
he
was
comes
key to
out.
it.
He's trying to teach him of like woke shit.
Oh my god, bro.
He's like,
just
get
like,
out
I
of
don't
here with
wanna
that,
shit
bro.
ball.
That shit was honestly, like fucking, just hysterical, like hilarious.
I'm glad.
The parts of it were just
Yeah.
like tragic and hilarious. But no, you brought that shit all the way back around. But yeah, that's the thing I was feeling in the beginning. Like, well, where'd you grow up in the Bronx?
So I grew up 198th Jerome. So
198th?
Yeah, so
In
kind of
Jerome.
like between Kingsbridge and Bedford Park.
That's up
area.
there.
Yeah, it's
That's
up there.
that's way up there.
Yeah, way up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
like I don't know. We're on the 4, like the 4th, 5th to the last stop or whatever.
Bet.
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
And you were telling me like you used to write nonfiction for like the New
Yeah,
Yorker and shit.
I started.
Were you? I meant to look up some of the shit
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wrote, but were you writing like shit like Javi was writing?
Nah, so I wrote. I started in journalism.
Yeah.
So because growing up, I literally didn't my family is not like writers or readers or anything like that. So I didn't know that you could be like a novelist. Of
course.
You know what I mean? I was just
Yeah.
like, all right, whatever. Like in school, people were like, yo, you could write. And my teachers and I liked reading. You know, my mom would take me to Barnes and Noble and shit. And I wanted to do it. Like I thought I was interested in it. And then but journalism was really the only place that I saw writing being published, and that I saw like you can make a career. So I would read like the Daily News and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I could write about the Mets or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
So I started in journalism. So I did a local newspaper in the Bronx, and then I won a scholarship by the New York Times. And as part of the scholarship, I got an internship there.
Oh,
and I
word.
interned there for 3 summers.
Oh damn.
So I was like
So when
18 to 20 years old
oh
working
damn,
there. Yeah.
And you're writing pieces?
I wrote for them, yeah.
Yeah?
But I wrote but I was like the lowest guy in the totem pole. So I
Mhm.
wrote like, there was a car crash and they'd be like, yo, go to the scene and like talk to the family or whatever.
Okay.
Or like
oh damn.
the burn building, you go get the color,
So
and
you're really doing some
I was
journalism.
doing like
though,
journal. Yeah, I was like on 100% like I'm gonna be a journalist only.
yeah.
And then when I finished college, in college I started doing creative writing classes. That was really the first time I ever was exposed to
In
like
undergrad.
in
Yeah,
undergrad.
Cornell.
That's when I ever did like a creative writing
Okay, yeah,
course or thought about
Yeah.
fiction or anything
Yeah.
like that. And then I was like, all right, this is cool. And when I got out, I tried to do MFA. I went to University of Miami,
Okay.
but then I dropped out within 4 or 5 months because I was like, this is not really for me. I didn't really like
How
Miami.
come?
A couple things. Like, first, I didn't know Miami that well. So I came from New York where I just
Yeah.
took a train everywhere. I didn't have a license. And Miami's totally not the city you want to go to without a
Right.
car. So I got
For
there and I was
sure.
like, okay, can I move anywhere?
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
And then I realized too, like, I was like, I want all this time to write, and then I got there and I was like, I'm 22, like I really don't have shit to say. Like
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Mhm.
Like what am I supposed to write about? And so I kind of had this moment where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna really waste my time if I stay here. And so I went back and
So
I
you
got a
kind
job.
of went straight after undergrad.
I did. I went
And-
exactly
and
right
you
after.
you were doing that stuff while you were in college.
The freelance writing.
Yeah.
I was hustling. Yeah, I was
Damn, bro.
freelancing. I was writing for
That's
the
fucking
Times while I was in
crazy.
college. I had like 3 jobs.
You
I was like,
savant.
yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Well,
I was doing fucking Adderall, making bad decisions. when I was 20,
I mean,
bro.
I was doing not the addict, but
right.
I was hanging out,
Yeah,
making bad
yeah,
decisions.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I was.
I was
writing
broke
an
too, so I was like,
incomprehensible fucking 400 pages.
not well. You know what
Were
it
you writing
was?
fiction though
Huh?
in college?
I wrote fiction. Yeah, I wrote
Yeah.
fiction. I wrote short stories. But that was like really my first time, and it was me just like writing stories about my neighborhood. You know, shit that I saw growing up
Yeah.
in the Bronx and friends
Yeah.
and stuff. And then
Yeah.
and people started liking it, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is I
Yeah.
could sort of do something with this. But then when I got out and I went to the MFA program, and I kind of hit a wall, and I was like, well, now I need to like. I can't just write neighborhood stories. I need to figure out like what am I trying to say something? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so I realized I need to live life a little bit.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I went back to New York and I got a job as a news assistant at the New York Times, which is
Holy
basically,
shit, bro.
which is like what you really do is like you help other reporters. You know, they would literally ask me to get coffee, like
Yeah.
print out shit for them. I would do like the lotto numbers in the paper.
Oh,
like,
damn.
When they did that, I don't even think they do that anymore.
Yeah.
But you're in the building. So you get to pitch, you get to like,
Right,
make
right,
connections.
right.
So as a result of that, I was able to make a lot of connections with editors, write
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then that was, I did journalism from then. I was 23, 24 till, I don't know, 30, basically till my kid was born. When I was 30.
Well,
When was
that's
that? When
like
you're
a
30?
fucking early 20th century way to become a novelist. You
Yeah,
fucking work
dude.
in
Damn,
the
bro.
newspaper. and
Yeah,
then learn how to
I
write
worked
the
in
newspaper.
newsrooms and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
That's sick.
that was really my upbringing.
That's kind of rare, bro.
Yeah. I don't know anyone
Yo,
who
you holding it
does that
down
now.
for the fucking.
Are you still interested in journalism?
not as much. Like I will do, the occasional piece here and there. Mostly I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped when I became a parent just because like it's such an intense job. Like
And when was that?
2020, my son was born.
Oh, okay, nice.
Damn.
Yeah. Right in the middle, like July 2020.
Wow.
So,
wow.
So that was like when I started reevaluating shit. I was like, I had to make a decision. Like, do I want to
You were down
finish
in
this
Miami.
novel? Yeah, I
Okay,
was already
bet.
down in Miami.
And that's when you finished the novel.
That I was working on it. That was
Okay.
2020. I finished it in 2022.
Oh.
But I had been kind of on and off throughout that whole period messing with it.
Got you.
It started as this friendship story between Gio and Javi. That was
Okay,
like my main
okay.
thing.
Okay.
And then as I'm working in the media and seeing all this weird shit happening, I'm
Whoa.
like, okay, I need to start weaving some of this in because this is
bro.
wild, bro. Like, what's going on here? you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So to answer your question about the New Yorker, the first story I wrote for them was about how the last bookstore in the Bronx closed in 2016 because it was just a Barnes and Noble and there was literally no other bookstores at the time. And nobody was really covering it. And I was like, yo, there's like 2 million people here.
Yeah.
And we have no bookstores. It's kind of fucked
Yeah,
up.
damn.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for real.
So I wrote about that.
And that was the Barnes and Nobles you used to go to as a kid?
That was when I used to go to
Wow,
as a kid.
and they
Yeah, so it was a
closed it.
personal
Yeah,
connection.
yeah.
So I was like, listen, like this is you think this is a small thing, but this is a big thing. There's nowhere to go now. So I wrote I don't know 4 or 5 pieces for them, but they were pieces I cared about. I wrote about Puerto Rico after the hurricane because I went out there with my family to go help my family who was stranded out there. But the issue was that with them and other places, like once I got my foot in the door, then it was kind of like they would only come to me with like more like, here's another sad story. You want to write about it?
Right.
Like I would be like, yo, it was like 2018. I was like, yo, can I write about Bad Bunny? Like this guy is gonna be huge.
Bad Bunny's
You know,
good.
like
And
my
they didn't
cousins,
let you.
and they didn't let me. They were like, I don't know if you have the
Damn,
chops. I don't know if he's a big deal. And I was like,
But
but
you might have got an exclusive interview.
I
And
bought
shit.
it. Yeah, he
Oh
was
my
he
God.
was not that big at the time.
Damn,
That'd
And
have
then-
been
but-
legendary.
But then at the same time, I would see on their same pages, and there's like some indie
Yeah,
guy from Brooklyn is like, oh, y'all can write about him.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You
Yeah,
like,
for
do you really
real.
care about my perspective, my voice? And so there was a number of instances like
Okay.
that where I was kind of like beginning to get disillusioned. I was like, oh, you really
Okay.
only
Okay.
want me for one thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
And that's kind of how Javi was
God
born. Because
damn, bro.
I was like, what if? Because in real life, I pulled back. I was
Right.
like, you know what? I don't really want to be in this
Right,
shit anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Javi, I was like, so what if there's a guy who
Right.
is just like, nah, I'm gonna give them exactly what they want.
This is
You know
such
what I
an
mean?
interesting model. I mean, it's exactly like Fuckboy, bro.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
in terms of like you living your life, and then you see this thing
Uh-huh.
that's a critique on the world, but it's also like a critique on yourself if you took it really far.
If I went that way,
If you
exactly.
went that far,
Yeah.
and then you amplify it,
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's
fucking
exactly
blow
what I was
it
trying
up.
to do.
That's
Yeah.
exactly, damn, because basically, yeah, for the streets, it's like, yeah, just a young man. He starts to realize that he can kind of play up, like that. It's a genre of writing which is like, wait, what did I write down in my notes? This is a genre of all art that's like, it's called the genre is called weird okay, it's offshoot. Sometimes it could be weird shit that weird white people do, or shit that weird rich people do.
Yeah.
This is a genre.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Martin's movie,
Yeah,
Martin
yeah.
Sims. You know that filmmaker Martin Sims?
No,
what
is what
movie? African Desperate.
No, man.
I just met, but she like finishes her MFA at Bard, and then like it's like the 24 hours after. But it starts out with just like the weird vibes of like people assessing her art. And shit,
yeah. Oh, it's weird. Weird as fuck. Man.
So it's that genre. But then he starts to realize he could kind of play up like his kind of like like whatever. Obviously from the title, like victim mode, or like up, and then it's suddenly everyone's eating it up, and then he kind of takes it. He starts to realize he can ascend. And then he takes it to like an extreme degree, and everything blows up. There's a brutal fucking not to spoil or anything, but the takedown with the
I had fun writing that scene.
They break up, and then they're all like, "Well, you're really fucking rich, you're a rich bitch, and you think you're fake as fuck," and it just blows up. And he getting likes on Twitter, he going viral. Yeah, I was a little trick. I was like, damn. After that, I was like, been there, brother, been there. Yeah, dude, fuck, wow, what. That's got to be fun. I feel like for me too, or whatever. If we not that that's the whole book, but if we apply that idea of like you suddenly notice a little thing, you can kind of amplify it for a book. That's kind of a funny moment when you start to realize what the angle is, and then you can kind of like draw on some stuff and then like blow it up.
I mean, you could talk about. I'm interested to hear for you, but for me, once I was struggling finding like the premise of the book. I had an idea like. Okay, I want it to be a Bronx book. I want it to be about these two kids growing up, taking different paths in life. I want it to be kind of about experiences, the weird experience I'm having in the media and higher education, just like intellectual spaces in general. Because I always felt a little weird that I had come from my neighborhood, my specific background, and then I would go to places like Cornell, and go to places like New York Times newsroom, and they're not actually that far away, but they feel like another planet to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Like, I don't even know the same jokes as you. Like, I don't know anything. Like, we're aliens in a lot of ways. And so, like, I wanted to capture that, but I needed. Like I kept trying so many different versions of like how do I capture that?
Can't just be you clowning.
I need like a plot. I need like something. You
need a fucking
the self-merc.
And the conceptual engine.
Exactly.
That's what it
exactly.
Is,
so when I was like, it hit me at one point. I was like, what if this guy is the opposite of me and leans into this shit? And the whole book is like his memoir. He got canceled or whatever.
And then you made it the memoir.
That really tied it all together. I read. You know who Jason Blair is?
Nah.
Okay, so he's this. You know him?
Nah.
He's this. He was this black reporter in the early 2000s who got. He ascended to the height of the New York Times.
Okay.
He was like a national reporter, or whatever, and then they found out he was plagiarizing his stories, making it up. And he was under a lot of pressure to do this and whatever. So he wrote a memoir about his experiences and how it was about his struggles with mental health and all this stuff. So I read the memoir, and that was really like the moment where I was like, what if this novel is like Javi's memoir?
Nice.
Wow.
Because Jason Blair is like kind of like, yo, I was wilding, but here's why. Let me explain it to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what if this guy who's a comment or whatever, he's trying to explain it. And then you set up this weird duality.
I got inspired at the end. I'm like, yo, I gotta write a
I'm glad to hear that, man. 'Cause I loved it. It was just like it works on multiple levels. Because then the reader's kind of like, when you figure that out, you're like, okay, can I believe this? Is he still lying to me, or is it like is this his truth, or what's going on here?
Exactly.
I love that.
Unreliable narrators.
Yeah, exactly.
Always sick. Yeah.
What other stuff were you reading? Like what's your favorite books?
Oh man, Paul Beatty's
White Boy Shuffle.
White Boy Shuffle.
Yeah.
White Boy Shuffle like knocked me on my ass.
Yeah. Really?
Like, when I read that, I was like, yo, and that was like 96. Like
96. Yeah.
I read The
OG.
Sellout 3 times. I honestly can't remember much.
Yeah, the Sellout. I mean, Sellout is amazing too. It's in many ways it's kind of more dense, and it's like he's just coming at you. Like it's kind of hard to read, but I know his work, and so I loved it. Junot Diaz was huge for me too. Drown, 97. Oscar Wilde, was the big one.
When'd you start reading him? You were reading it back
I
when
didn't
Drown?
even know who he was until I got to Cornell.
Okay, nice.
Nobody ever.
But he's
exposed
Cornell
me.
too, right?
He went to Cornell.
He a damn,
do you know
guardian
him?
Angel.
Yeah. No, I never met him.
Yeah.
I never met him.
He gave me a nice blurb.
He gave me a nice blurb. I met him actually through Substack.
Oh, really?
He followed me on Substack, and then I was like, yo, Junot Diaz, like, holy shit. And so we just started like kind of talking a little bit. And I think he's one of the best writers. let's see who else. Ernesto Quinones. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah, I
you
know
heard
him.
of
Oh,
Yeah,
what did he write?
He taught there. He taught
He
there.
taught at Cornell. Yeah, Bodega
Dreams.
Dreams.
I got that.
Yeah, so he was another one that was like big for
Wait,
me.
did you know him at Cornell? Like
I met him at Cornell. I
Oh,
met him.
okay.
Funny story. He saved me from dropping out of Cornell.
Oh, really?
I was about on my first year. I was there. I was struggling academically, and because I was so like I don't understand this place.
Mhm.
I told my teachers like, yo, I'm going back to the Bronx. I'm leaving. And Ernesto like pulled me into his office one day. He was like, don't be a fucking idiot, bro.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah.
you made it here. Like, this is
you
huge
study
for
with him?
you, your family. I never actually studied
Okay,
with him,
yeah.
but
He
but
taught the graduates.
he taught the graduates.
Yeah,
Yeah. But he did when I came in last year for the book, he did my my launch event in the Bronx.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, so he's an OG. So
Oh,
I like
okay. I
those
didn't
are
know that.
those are some of the big people that really from Piri Tomas, this like OG Puerto Rican writer from the 70s.
Okay.
He went to prison for a while, and
Do you read in Spanish?
I don't read in Spanish.
Yeah.
My Spanish has gotten a lot better. We speak to my kids in Spanish, so
Oh,
we're like
nice.
teaching them Spanish. And in Miami, you basically
Yeah.
can't survive if you don't speak Spanish. But when I was here, like I had very like New Rican Spanish.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
wasn't really talking like that. So
But you think you could do it now?
like reading
Give it a
Spanish,
try, yeah.
I should try. I want to. I love hopscotch.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
hopscotch.
we were talking about that.
Yeah,
I just
hopscotch
heard
is
about
banger.
that.
Hopscotch is
Classic
like
banger.
gangster, bro. And then I was thinking the other day, I was like, maybe I should try to read something like that in Spanish or like
You gotta hit the
100 Years Solitude.
hit the dang bilingual Bolaño collective poems.
I know. I need
I
to
love
dip back
that.
into Bologna. I
You know
haven't
when they
read
got
them
it
in a
on both
minute.
pages?
Yeah.
I got that whole thing right here.
You
Poems is a great place to do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're so
For real.
they're like.
And they got it on both. Yeah, this one right here. This is
Okay.
This is his collected all poems.
Look at that.
I mean,
And it
Sean
goes-
is like
it
the
goes like-
Bolaño expert.
I hear
in
this.
the-
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm like, no, that's dope.
Both, you know?
That's dope.
Yeah, it's sick.
So how you practicing your Spanish? How's it going?
Yeah, my
He thinks he can speak
Espanol-
Spanish.
He's like,
You ask him
Muy
if he
bien,
can speak
muy bien.
Spanish, he can speak
Oh, yeah,
Japanese.
it's so funny. You know what it was making me think of? Like when I was reading the book, like the boy's name is Javi.
Yeah.
That was like my best friend from
really?
childhood's name. Because like I lived in Sacramento
okay,
from 4th through partway through 6th grade.
okay.
And then I moved to Santa Cruz.
Sean got a Mexican complex. He thinks he's Mexican.
No, but like low key, like they were like I hated Santa Cruz. There are ops in soccer and shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm
really?
saying? Like, and it was like, so like I would go back to Sacramento to chill with my boy Javi like for like a week.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like my surrogate family. And my parents getting divorced. I was all mad. I was just like, man, I'm fucking going back to Sacramento. Like we hit the mall and shit.
Yeah.
And
That's
he had
dope.
mad brothers and like, and we had family reunions and like his aunts would just think I was part of the family.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
I
They'd
hear
be
that.
like,
I hear
"Mimo,"
that.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, so I don't even know what. That's the thing. I mean, that's a funny thing about all this stuff. Is like, yeah, bro. It's a really good thing you're looking at, and how you're looking at it, and the turns it takes is good because the basis of this type of shit is real
Yeah,
that you're talking about of like different people from different groups and like
Yeah.
different spaces and all this shit is real. Of course,
Yeah.
Of course it is.
yeah.
And then but then people take it to like an OD degree, or they're not.
it gets flattened out.
Bro,
it gets
like,
flattened,
when you
black and
first-
white. Yeah.
When you first go back to, when he first goes back to his girl's house and she has like all wealthy and shit.
Yeah.
Her
He's
dad
like,
used to
wait,
call her
wait.
dad.
Dad,
His
I
dad's
was
a
dead.
cop.
She's
I'm
like,
like-
yeah. I was like, bro,
That was
this is
funny.
so-
But on campus, she
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, she was like,
and that was based. I met a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I would be like, why are you like? I don't get it. Like, and then there'd be pressure for me. Like I grew up in the Bronx, but like I know my lane. I'm not like a tough guy. Like I was a nerd, bro. I read books. Like I had classes. Like like I wasn't out here doing crazy shit.
yeah.
But then I got there, and then I guess my look or whatever, I had a tattoo, and they were like,
Right.
"Oh, like they're like, yo, you been shot, like you in
Yeah.
gang." I'm like, no,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
like I'm
no,
the
dude.
softest guy in my block by
Bro,
far,
I
bro.
love-
Like,
I love poems,
like,
bro.
yeah, I'm like nobody comes around thinking
Yeah.
I'm tough. Like they ask me
Yeah.
for directions and shit.
ask me for
Like, yo,
directions?
yeah, I'm the nice guy. They're like, yo, like, yeah, you help me with my homework, like. So it's weird. I was like, why am I? I've been asked at parties if I sold drugs. Like,
Oh
what?
my God.
Like, no, bro.
Bruh.
Like,
And
so it was-
Cornell especially is, I mean, that's way
yeah,
up
I mean,
there.
it's just like it was hyper elite, man.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. Like it was so wild. Like I tell people all the time, like I didn't even know I was poor until I got there. Like
Yeah.
I got there, and I was like, I'm all right. Like we had a good childhood, whatever. And then I was next to this dude who's like the son of a Saudi emirate or prince or
Yeah.
whatever. So he had like a gas job lined up when he got out. Like no matter what happened at school, he had a job lined up.
Yeah.
And his name is Muhammad, and my man just like never went to class. And I was just like, so he would knock on my door like, because he knew I read.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, can you recommend me a book? I was like, yo, Muhammad, like you need to go to class,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Nah.
you're gonna fail. He's like, I don't care. Like, that doesn't
Why
matter.
would he care?
You know? And I was like, damn, y'all have another level of like wealth and just like the ability to not care about shit.
That's why I amended the genre from weird ass shit white people do
to wealthy people,
to wealthy people.
But it is wealthy people of color too. It was I met people like that over there as well.
The
Same
like,
shit.
I'm about to go Javi mode real quick.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking recipient of what's it called? Obama era fucking affirmative action.
Yeah.
All to say is like I went to Swarthmore.
Yeah.
And like they have the highest endowment per capita.
Really?
And they have 100% need-based financial aid. I got
Really?
a full ride to Swarthmore.
Shit. That's dope.
Yeah, but just based on my family income.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to go through that myself, where I was like, this place is fucking weird and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is fucking like what? And there'd be rich ass kids there too, of course.
Right.
And I like dropped out for a minute, and then I came back because I was like, bro, this is like wild. Like
Yeah.
I could do whatever. I could make up my major.
Right. You could do whatever you want.
I'm paying $1,000 a semester
Right.
for housing. That's all I paid.
That's all they paid. That's amazing.
The whole time there.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't for sports because there's no D3 scholarships.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So I was just like, bro, like, and then when everything started happening, and like one thing happened, and she her story started getting in like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and stuff, and then there was just like this like frenzy on campus where it was literally like I just remember one day in front of the dining hall, and they had a dean there. I probably told the story in the pod before. They had a dean there, and they were like using her. I mean, it was very like James Fraser, Golden Bow, like using her as a scapegoat. Fucking Liz Braun, just like the dean.
Yeah.
And they're all taking turns going up and like yelling at her of like shit that they went through.
Yeah.
But like it started getting more, and then everyone wanted to turn, and it started getting more and more.
Let me
like,
get my say.
Yeah. Like I walk around campus, and people don't look at me. I'm like, yo, they're
going to class.
Yeah, they're going to class.
But think about that math set or whatever, problem set, bro.
And literally right next to Swarthmore is the poorest county in Pennsylvania, Chester County.
Right.
And they are 100% of the staff, and y'all acting crazy. They
Yeah,
cleaning
yeah,
up after
yeah.
you at night. I was nocturnal. I knew all of them.
Yeah,
I stayed there,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While they're, so like I was just like, this is absurd, bro.
It's crazy.
This is
It's
absurd.
crazy,
Like it made me feel.
It felt like a fun house a lot of times. I was like, I was like, this is not. I had to realize at some point, I was like, this is not the real world.
It's not the
Like
real
I had
world.
I had an understanding like
That's
this
low-key
is
why
fake
I walked.
life.
That's why I walked, because
Yeah.
I was like, I need to see like I need to go back in the real world. Like my
Yeah.
fucking my shit's fucked. It's like, but yeah, I was triggered, laughing. That shit was
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man.
You cooked, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
for
that.
real,
I
for real.
appreciate that, man.
Man, so you guys graduated in 2013.
Yeah.
I just
When did you graduate?
Harold,
2019.
I know. I was talking. I was like, damn, you young, bro. I was like,
I went to. I went to Miami University.
Right. Ohio.
Miami
Right.
is so white
I'm in
that
Miami.
they gave me a full ride for being Latino. Dead ass.
They're
I'm
like
not
Port
kidding.
Brazil. Yeah, you go for it.
I was like, okay,
Y'all in the
that's
same
fine.
area. Yeah.
That's so
Let's go.
They told one time, and it was weird. Like they had like a weird watch going on the minor. I mean, I did student council for a year. I
Okay.
was the head of the diversity committee.
You were.
I was.
What was that like?
Well, honestly,
I know.
Oh my god.
I wish I could have seen that.
I was like, I did 1 year in student.
Yeah.
See, you seem like a civic minded
Like
guy.
reggaeton
Yeah.
is good,
I am,
you
I
guys.
am, for sure. I am.
I don't got that. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know what to do. I was like, I was supposed to have office hours all the time. I made it
You
like
was a
8
professor.
p.m.
Damn, they made
on
you a whole
Friday.
professor and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
was like, I can't do this. I'm out of this. Like, I didn't do anything.
like, I'm 18.
I was the worst student senator of all time.
Student
I didn't do anything.
Student Senator Rogers, dude.
Wait, so is it that white? You were just like the only like
Yeah, there
brown
was just-
person? Like they were like.
yeah, I mean, it was just like there was no. It was so
Wow,
white, so
that's
fratty.
crazy.
I mean, You know, except on the boxing team. On the boxing teams where all the
then you fucking people up.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah, fight. But you know, they had a weird watch going on the minority student. Like one time, a philosophy professor, I studied philosophy. He came up to me after class. He was like, "You know, you're on like the list, like the watch list." I was like, he's like, for professors to keep a special eye on people so they don't drop out or flunk or nothing like that. I was like, that's real. I felt so weird.
Why?
I don't know, just because you're on like some kind of scholarship or something, so they got to keep an extra eye on you.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to leave after my first year though.
I think I had
That's interesting. We all had. I mean, I think it's kind of normal. You're leaving your house.
Yeah,
and
for
you're
sure,
like, figuring out life. But my first year was rough, man. Honestly, the first 2 years, like I tried to transfer to Columbia at some point.
Oh, you did?
Because I was like, all right. Because Ernesto was like, yo, you don't be dumb. You're gonna go back to your block and hang out with your friends. And I was, you're right. That's a stupid shit to do. So I was like, I'm in the Ivy Leagues, so like let me try to go to another Ivy League. And so I didn't get into Columbia, and that was my sophomore year.
Oh, you tried to transfer?
I did, because I came back and I was like, nah, it's just still whack. I can't do it. And then I tried to transfer. I didn't get in, and I was like, well, I'm gonna just ride it out for the last 2 years. And then because I accepted it, I had a lot more fun, and I was able to like really enjoy myself. And I met cool people there. I studied English.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I just knew I knew when I was 16 I wasn't gonna do anything else but writing.
Yeah, nice.
Did you have like a good English teacher? Like,
yeah, well, honestly, that's why I liked the school. The faculty was incredible.
Right.
Like all my faculty, everybody I worked with was amazing. I had Stephanie Vaughn who taught. She was Juno Diaz's teacher.
Okay, yeah.
Ernesto was there. Helena Viramontes.
See, we both got the complex because like I got the because I got my mentor was Franzen's teacher.
Oh really?
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
We both like.
I'm like, yo, give me some of that.
Yours is much nicer. Yours is much more congenial.
I mean, Franzen.
You like Franzen?
I like some Franzen.
Yeah,
I like corrections. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
He's a.
Yeah, Franzen cooks. Actually,
if you want to fight Andrew Boryga,
yo, Jonathan Franzen, come see me now.
Pull up, yo,
his old ass.
Fuck those birds now.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about like, was there like a period of? I feel like, I mean, it sounds kind of whack to be talking about a fucking English class or whatever, but all I'm saying is that like the first like kind of a period of literature you get exposed to is kind of like formative. I feel like because I realized because it was I was on the basketball team.
Yeah.
And then my sophomore year I took this modernism seminar, which is not like there's a lot whatever. That was my first exposure to like, and it was just like Proust, Joyce, like, and that kind of set this bar of trying to do some like modernist avant-garde shit. Always.
Yeah.
And then like there are other periods of literature, like more contemporary American literature, or older British literature, that kind of like blank window, kind of blank for me.
Yeah, but that's interesting. I'm the opposite.
What mode were you in?
I'm definitely more contemporary, like more 70s.
They had you reading stuff like that?
They had me.
Or you were just drawn and stuff like that?
That was what I was more drawn to. I would say, I would say probably like 20s, 1920s on. Baldwin. Fucking Gatsby.
Like, of course,
all that kind of stuff. And then I had like a beat period what I was into.
Yeah.
Then them 80s books, Bright Lights, Big City, Lesson Zero, all that kind of stuff. And then like the 90s, Beatty, Juno Diaz, a lot of the writers of color coming up in the 90s that really influenced
the classic American novelists, not too OD.
You ever read Faulkner?
I have not. I mean,
Faulkner's a goat.
I know. I hear you out. So well, I've listened to your stuff and seen your. I fuck with your Substack, because you always put me on to like old shit. I'm like, I never heard of that.
Well, you know what's funny about that is just like, there's a lot of. I mean, I feel like I'm too caught up sometimes on what's going on in Substack. I mean, you're like a Substack OG. Like you've been there for a long time.
Yeah, I've been there for a minute.
When'd you get on?
2022. Like after I sold my book, I was like, I need something to do.
Yeah.
And I started I forgot who I read a few people's Substack, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I could probably like blog about.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I didn't know shit about.
And
publishing.
you're a fucking journalist. Like,
and it was like I thought of it as like a column. I'm like, I'm gonna have a column, and I'll try to, help people understand this whole publishing shit. At least as I see it as an outsider, kind of like getting my feet wet.
Honestly, like the Substack's been like a game changer for me, just because. I mean, I
love that shit.
I write all the time, right? But I didn't have nowhere to put out my fucking writing. I remember when my book was coming out.
Game changer.
They like. They were trying to get me to publish some essay before, and I wrote the fucking essay, and Condé Nast Traveler was interested, and then they fucking bailed. And it's just like it's just like that's so stupid. I can just publish whatever I want to write myself.
And you make an organic audience who will go with you to the next book, no matter what.
I don't gotta don't write it this way, don't say this.
Right. It's just whatever you want to do.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, it's been a game changer.
What circulates a lot is this just like anti-MFA shit, but really what the attitude that it implies is that you don't have to ever learn how to write.
Right. Which is like, I don't understand that
like
shit.
nobody will teach. Like you did your fucking a long period as a journalist. Like that's a fucking writing education, right?
Sure.
You got to learn how to write somehow.
You have to fucking read.
You got to put in the time.
Yeah, reading is the main thing. Reading and writing is the main way.
Obvious. It's not obvious. I have to remember this over and over again.
It seems obvious.
It seems obvious, and like that shit was happening this week. Like every time I got a new. I'm like, why can't I write? Right? Like, what?
Yeah.
You gotta read. You gotta shut the fuck up.
You weren't reading.
Yeah, it takes time.
The Bomarzo you talking about?
The Bomarzo. You know about the Bomarzo?
What is that?
That's this book right here. It's coming out in next month.
Well,
from
NYRB.
NYRB.
It's a re-release because it came out.
It came out in the '60s. He's an Argentinian
I got the old hardcover of
it.
it.
It got
What's his first name?
Manuel. What is it?
It's Manuel Lainez.
Argentina.
The book is called Bomarzo.
You got two blurbs.
1962.
Borges and Bolaño.
That's
on
wild.
that. But
1962 is like hopscotch. That's hopscotch.
Yeah.
That's Death of Artemio Cruz too. That's a good.
Let me see real quick.
Boom year.
The way it starts out, because this is another thing. I've been on this. How like the reason why I like South American writers more or whatever a lot. You know what I'm saying? Is because here's what Borges says. He says. Okay, he brings back to contemporary writing the sense of destiny, of adventure with its hopes and fears in the tradition of Stevenson, Hugo, and Ariosto. I don't know who that is. But this idea of it starts out, bruh.
Ariosto is Orlando Furioso.
The first part. Thank you NYRB for sending me this. This is my official contribution.
I was just thinking about this book because I remember you were saying that they were sending you shit.
Listen,
I was literally just thinking about this
bro,
today.
I'll throw it to you after.
No, I got it.
Yo,
we
first
can
of all,
read it at the same
you do?
time. Yeah. I got
shit.
the old hardcover.
Oh, let's go. The fucking epigraph is from Dante.
What is it?
It's Canto 19. What's
of what? Inferno?
Yeah, Inferno.
Yeah.
It's when the priest, I don't know, the priest who was being fucking. It's in Italian. Okay, I'm not gonna rant too much about this, but it starts out. The first section is called the horoscope, and it's when he's born. And this weird, this astrologer comes and looks at his chart of the exact moment he was born, and he's like, this exact moment, like 50. This is like me spurging out about astrology, bro. And he's like, 50 years before this, in like 1475, this other dude was born same time, 2:00 in the morning. But like, unlike his chart, this is literally saying when this dude was born, Mercury and Venus were in the ascendant, triumphant, naked, facing the throne of Jupiter. It was like he's just dropping like straight up like astrology. And then basically at the end of the whole rant, she goes, however, like because of the placement of Venus and Mars in its relation to like mean Saturn, like how does he call it Saturn? Malevolent Saturn. The point in the chart where you're supposed to determine when you die is actually not there. So I can only conclude that you're not gonna die.
That's awesome.
He's all fucking. They judged this that his sketch was impossible. Other people, this fucking out there astrologer. Yeah. But the author's wisdom, demonstrated so many times, kept their carping mouths shut.
That's him right now, or that's like the
author,
intro.
No, the author of the astrologer. Like people were like, "Yo, that can't be true."
Yeah.
He was so.
He was like, "Nah, this guy's immortal."
Like, I don't even know. You just see how Venus was in the ascendant. It's very rare. 2:00 in the morning, March 6th. This is wild.
That sounds like my sister, bro. Yeah. she's really into astrology, does tarot and stuff, and she'd be like about her crystals, and I'm like, yo,
who started writing about fucking the planet?
I know
like this is the magic.
Dope.
See, in the South American consciousness, there's magic.
Well, and you know what it is too.
It's
a relationship to the past.
Yeah,
which I was just thinking about this today.
Yeah.
Like the Renaissance. Why did the Renaissance happen?
America's so
new.
America's mad new, bro. If you travel a little bit, like go to Spain,
but they don't give a fuck about the past and like the
because we're American. We just think, we're the best. Like, y'all whack, and it's like, bro,
exactly.
Go outside a little bit, like
exactly.
For real, outside a little bit. Just like travel a little bit.
You know, actually, what I just got, the book I just got, the Journals of Lewis and Clark.
Oh shit!
Because I'm writing that travel. It's actually like I was just flipping through it.
Yeah.
It's so sick because they can't really write. And so everything is like misspelled. There's like, it's so weird typographically. It's full of ampersands and big spaces. It's sick. I was like, I got to hit this. And that's part of
It's like Tumblr writing, but like
yeah, exactly.
That is a real travel
but what they're trekking through, you think about this when you're traveling. It's like,
right.
I mean, I was just in Spain. I was driving around. I'm like, I think this is like, I'm driving and it's straight. It's just like these guys were cutting through the woods that no one had been through before except the Native Americans, right? So they're relying on like they got this an agonistic relationship with these people that are helping them too, and they got the woods. They don't know the fucking woods, and they're trying to
crazy.
That is crazy, bro. I gotta see
crazy
that.
times.
What is it? What kind of book is it? Oxford Classics, something like that?
No, it's something else. It's like but it's it's a good edition, and someone introduced it. But, but what I was trying to say was like every like big significant artistic movement is always looking back to the deep past. The Renaissance happened because they started translating old Latin and Greek texts and Arabic texts that they forgot for a long time.
Right.
Modernism happened. What was modernism's ethic, right? Make it new. And the make it new was from they were looking at, Pound opens up the cantos with a translation of
There's
of
a
Homer,
reverence to the
right?
past. There's a reverence to the past.
The past holds the keys in a lot of ways.
Now it's like,
what do you think is happening now then?
I don't know.
What do you mean
It's
what's
a
happening now? What
it's a
happening
new
now?
mythic mode.
I don't know. You tell me.
What happening now is like anything from the past is fucking trash. Let's fucking we fighting against that. That's what the pod is. You can respect the OGs.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
It's okay.
Do you think?
Go
ahead.
No, I'm wondering. Like, I like your explanation, your theory right there. I guess I'm wondering like, whatever we are in now, what is informing that?
What is informing our moment?
Yeah.
Well, we got to dig out our own shit from the past, right? I mean, I've been, like the Lewis and Clark journals, right? Who's hitting that, right?
Yeah,
That's what we on.
There's something to be done. I just read the first 50 of the Venerable Bede today.
Nice. I hit the first 50 too.
Do you know the Venerable Bede? This guy, he was
a
monk in like 731.
Okay.
Right? He's the one who's popularized AD as a standard of dating.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because he came up with the date, bruh.
Yeah, he came up with the date of Easter.
He just made it up.
He calculated with the moon cycles.
Oh, he was the same guy. All right, yeah.
18.6 years.
And this was
he invented the semicolon.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, what's his name?
The Venerable Bede.
I never heard of this motherfucker.
But his name is Bede. His name's
just
Bede.
All right.
He wrote the ecclesiastical history of the English people.
Yeah, so he wrote this big, important history of the church in England. It's not even that big, right?
Yeah.
And what's actually sick about it is that the section breaks are super short. So sometimes it'll just be a paragraph in the section, and you don't think about. You think of this old dusty.
He writing those quick hitters, dude.
and that's one thing when you look back at these old books is you have a certain attitude toward them already. That it's like, oh, this shit is old, and then you look at it and it's like, oh, this is like way more interesting than I would have ever thought. There's short section breaks.
Yeah.
Like I would, he's writing about crazy shit. Yeah. But his big beef at the time was over the date of Easter.
The date of Easter,
But we can't get too deep into that, right?
But also, he came
interesting, man. I learned from y'all.
Dante references him. Or the notes reference him because Dante be like, anyway, like 4,325 years ago, we all know what happened, and it's like when when the fall happened. It's 4,000, like back then, like in the medieval times, and he's referencing Bede calculated. He's like, he's like doing math. He's like, it was actually 4,325 years before Christ that Adam fell.
So wait, I'm curious. Have y'all? Because you was talking about this like when you were in undergrad, like you were looking back at Proust and all these people and
looking back at what?
Proust.
Yeah, Proust.
Exactly. See, I don't even know. So, and you were also influenced at that time as well.
Well, he was reading.
Well, I was just doing philosophy.
You were reading Faulkner.
You read Faulkner.
Not in undergrad.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
No, I didn't read Faulkner till like McDonald, really.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I read As I Lay Dying for in one day for like a paper.
Gotcha.
But I didn't read Faulkner till
bad.
grad school, really.
So it's interesting because we were talking about the people right now writing the contemporary times, and I feel like back in college, I was like them. So I was like, they would give me like, Gulliver's Travels or like these books, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like I don't.
Yeah.
But I was kind of so narrow minded that I was like, I know only like the Bronx and New York City is my world. So I really stuff is what relates to me. You know what I mean? And they would give me this stuff, and I was like, this is so
alien to me
that I don't understand it. And then my impulse was to be like, nah, it's whack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and now that I've gotten older, I'm like coming back to stuff where I'm like, all right, actually, this is not whack. This is like, this lasted for a long time for a reason.
Right.
And you don't realize how much you can relate
and
to.
how much you can relate. Exactly. Like I started reading some Shakespeare and I was like, yo, this motherfucker is spitting, bro. Like, but in college, I was like, I don't want to hear it. You know, the guy had the elbow patches and he was just looking at me all crazy. I was like, I don't like this. You know, like I don't, you know, so.
And I think that's one of the ethics of the pod is just to like, you know, change the way you talk about these books.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I fuck with it. That's why I fuck with it. Yeah, honestly put me on the shit. Like your Substack, I'm like, I never heard of that.
But you gotta have that. You gotta have that energy of like wanting to be on some new shit that your people could, your friends.
Yeah.
You gotta have that energy, especially for producing books. Because I was like that too. But like I try to read it, but like I just stand like Bolaño for like for like mad long because like he's just a young boy out here fucking being rowdy, like or whatever, Savage Texas Mode and just the way he writes is like so like whatever. So like. Yeah, you got to have some, but I think that we also were coming out of a time like that whole the whole 2010s was like for good reason, like with like old systems like being exposed as like fucking just corrupt and nasty,
right,
freaky and weird. Like it's a complete rejection of all these old fathers,
Yeah.
And everything's new, and I think we're finally coming to a place now where we're kind of like. Yo, we kind of swimming like we need some good guys. Right.
And you can merge. It's possible to merge, both. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I think that's totally possible.
I think we're coming back around though.
I think so.
Because I mean, like
I hope so.
When we were in the 10s. It was like, I mean, there's big social movements that were like very like rejecting, which is a good thing too. Sometimes, it's very American mode to be like,
Yeah, we like to swing from side polar to polar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What you think you on now? Like, are you trying to do a similar thing? Because
No, it's very. So I wrote a draft of a new book, and I'm revising it around now by hand, and it's very different. Like I kind of had a lot of. I was obsessed because I was in the media with all this like identity, diversity stuff, and also just writing this Bronx story that I really wanted. I knew that had to be like my first book. But I kind of got out of my system now, so I don't really think about that stuff anymore. Like I'm like I said what I had to say is in the book, And now, I have 2 kids. Like I'm married, so I'm like in a whole different mode. So I'm really thinking a lot of now about modern parenting, modern parenthood, and like fatherhood. Fatherhood is really important to me. Of course. I didn't grow up with my dad, and so like being a dad now, it's like yo, this is like I'm like swimming like what is the right thing to do? You know what I mean? And then it's interesting in this moment. Where gender is so complicated, and it's like as a man you're like don't be this, don't be that, but like nobody's like well be this, you know?
Right.
And so I'm trying to explore all that, and those are the issues I'm thinking about, and I want to explore them in a similar way where I have to find that premise where it's like this I can still make it interesting, funny. Humor is really important to me. Like I want to make sure I have humor in there. I hate shit that's like I'm speaking at you. Or like I'm giving you my fucking thesis, like anytime I read that, I'm like, all right, I'm bored now. Like
it's like Javi's letters to fucking his boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I made. It's funny.
That was funny. As
I made those Javi, so over the top, like that.
You sending whack ass letters, bro.
Like, get out of here with this shit, bro.
Get out of here, man.
Send me some money for Robin or something.
Yeah,
I don't need this shit.
Yeah,
but so do your friends like from the Bronx read your book?
They read. Some of them read it. Some of them pretended to read it. I was hanging out with them last night. I'm like, I don't think y'all read the book.
Yo, when Wilton became the fuckboy launch, he bought like 3 copies. Money phone.
They supported. They came out.
Like, it's about to be my first book ever.
I
seen him like a year later. He's like,
I'm still working my way, bro.
Like, I ain't reading all that. He's in the book.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I shouted them out.
Bro is in the book.
Nah, they don't.
I love you though.
I got a lot of people like that.
See, this is the good thing about the Substack too, because like a lot of people. I mean, my parents didn't go to college or nothing. They don't not read or they read through my book. Like I was like impressed, but what they really fuck with the Substack. And that I read it too, and they just listen to it. And so that's another part of
the same shit with my dad. My dad was like, "Oh, I fucking read the whole thing. I'm telling you, listen to it. Take a walk, my G."
But that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about now. Is just like, how do I tell these people who, I mean, you know, my friends, like people who I grew up with.
Right.
How do I sell them on Dante and shit like
Yeah,
that?
bro.
How do I communicate this shit? And I mean, that's part
That's
of the
hard.
project too.
On a mission
Like,
trying to change the culture, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. It's big, bro. It's big. Even not like a lot of these books, I'm like, I want to read them. I'm like, 800 words?
Yeah.
I know.
That's like a month or two. My life, you know, like. So.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
it's
hit
easy
that
for- I don't
2-speed,
got
hit that
kids.
2-speed.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I got like I gotta
Hit the audio. Hit
I,
the
got, I
2-speed.
know, but then how do
Yeah.
you listen to like
Yeah.
they have Dante on audio? Like, what does that even? I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Maybe they're spitting. I don't know. Maybe
Dante's hard. Dante's whack on
Yeah,
audio.
yeah.
'cause you
I
gotta
could
read the notes.
imagine.
You
Like,
need to
you
But
know,
Ulysses.
maybe I could
Ulysses
try.
on
Maybe I
audio?
gotta
Yeah.
see what it's
Read a
like.
guide, then hit each chapter.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
that.
Maybe I gotta.
And,
Yeah.
and that's the thing too.
Should
Like,
be talking Irish.
I
next
just
week.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you see all sorts of pessimism about the state of literature and shit like
Oh
that.
my God, it's so much. I'm like,
And it's
insufferable.
It's like, don't you realize that fucking how like just the simplest thing, how expensive and inaccessible books used to be.
Yeah,
Like
I
now
know.
you could read any
Anything.
book.
Bruh.
Anything.
Everything's translated.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah.
editions of everything. It's so easy. You can go to the fucking library. You can listen to it on your fucking
They have
Spotify
Libby.
account.
Libby.
Like, yeah, it's so easy
Well,
to
that's
to
the
get
thing-
stuff.
that's the
and
thing-
what are you complaining about?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing now. We got to make it even like honestly, like the audio rips.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I used to do that with like I would read stuff aloud, like for like the pod, on the pod and stuff. And
You've
I
been
feel like
podding since when? 20.
I know, but I
17?
feel like I was being really unhinged. Even with the Paris Vista,
Yeah.
I was like, let me just read this,
Mhm.
like and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would feel like this is kind of like OD. It's like kind of unhinged, but it's like no, dude. Like if you believe what you're saying, you want people to fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Right, right,
you know?
right, right, right.
Do I found out. Do you read your own stuff? Do you
On
got the-
Substack? No,
Yeah.
I've never done it, but I've
Yeah.
thot about it. But again,
Sometimes-
it's like another time thing where
Yeah,
I'm like, do
yeah.
I have?
Sometimes
do I need,
it's better
you know?
to not though. Like with the essay, I don't know. Sometimes with the
You
essay,
think so?
well, like with
I've
the
thought about
Faulkner
it.
shit, it's like the Faulkner thing I wrote. Like
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta read that. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
thought about it
yeah.
because I know there's a lot of people in my life who will only read a book like if it's audio
Yeah.
book, and I understand it because I understand.
For
Like,
sure.
I'm busy too, and like I get it,
Yeah.
and I vastly prefer a book, but you doing dishes and shit, you
Yeah.
gotta take out the trash. You could listen to audio. It works.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's like. I think that's part of the way. I mean, I don't know. My thinking now is oriented like, what could I do that's new? Like, what's the boundary now that we trying to push?
Yeah,
You know?
Right.
Which I think
right.
this is that's why I came on. I like it. Y'all are it's doing something different because there's a lot of I mean, I've been on some nice ones, but
Yeah.
where
You've
it's
been
just
on
like
some whack ass ones.
yeah.
It's the wackest pod. Name
Yeah.
names.
Yo, shout him out. Shout him
for the
out.
Patreon.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
What's like what's the telltale signs that you're on a whack pod? What's happening? What are they asking you?
Just the vibe. It's just the vibe, when it's too buttoned up and like I'm like, oh, I feel like cornered, like it's I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the vibe here is like, oh, you're just hanging out, and I was like, oh, I could do that.
So your paperback just dropped this year.
dropped this year.
Nice.
March.
When did you read Fuckboy?
I
If
read.
you
Well,
did.
I'm audio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ripped
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I've been ripping it like now.
Oh, bet,
yeah,
bet,
on the plane here, I'm like, I got 2 hours left. So.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
So I was like,
Um,
okay, I'm seeing what you're doing, but it's interesting. You say, like, I guess I was wondering too. I was like, how much of this is like you narrating your day to day, or you're playing it up? And
Right.
I was seeing certain. I was like, nah, there's no way. Like he's playing it up.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? But
right.
I feel like a lot of people took you on a literal sense. Like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is,
yeah.
this is your life, and like
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
And-
you didn't put your face on the cover of Victim.
that's true
what I'm
too.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's also true. Yeah, and you named it.
Yeah,
The guy was named
yeah,
Sean, so
yeah.
it's like
Hollywood named Andrew
yeah,
Boryga.
yeah, exactly. I tried to change some shit up. I was like,
yeah.
You know what?
Nice.
I started reading Terra Nostra, Carlos Fuentes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sick. I didn't bring it because my backpack was too heavy. But the whole back cover is just his face. It's a sick
I
FSG
love
paper
that.
bag. It's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
author
yeah.
photos just on the back.
That's what they used
and
to
there's-
do, though.
And
Yeah.
there's, I mean, I
Yeah.
love that. And there's no blurbs or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's nice to have all these people
Yeah,
saying
but
this
it's a
nice
lot.
shit. But look at
Yeah,
this shit.
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a
I
lot.
mean, I see my book and I'm like so fucking annoyed. And I see, Xochitl Gonzalez, who's super nice.
Yo, let me
Yeah,
see
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
But
see
she
this,
blurbs
though.
everybody. She
Yeah,
blurbed my book.
yeah.
She didn't read it.
All right,
Yeah.
calm down, Harold. We're not on the page.
I know.
Yo, but look at
She's
this.
good
Shouts to
people.
her. She's cool.
This is
She definitely
beautiful,
is.
dude.
She
Yeah,
definitely
that's
is.
it.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I know that is a really nice book.
Yeah, no, they did an awesome job with the book.
With the
man. I'm very
cursive
happy.
and the fucking.
And wait,
This looks like damn GTA or something.
wait,
Yeah.
let me
Font?
see the
The
dust
victim
jacket.
font?
Yeah, I love it.
Uh,
They killed it with the book
I
design.
love
I
my
love.
hardcovers without
See,
the cover.
This is
Yeah.
a pretty
Looks so
good.
sick, dude.
This is a pretty good dust jacket. Were they all like this?
Yeah, they were all like that. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I had one that was like for like 100 of the books, it's like super nice and they got a textured feel, and then they got this plastic ass shiny shit for like the Amazon ones, and the ones they sent me, I was like, holy shit, this.
Yeah.
And then you order it on Amazon, you get this fucking
it's different.
Oh, the
I
glossy
mean,
shit.
yeah, but I guess I don't know how much people care about that. I care.
Yeah.
Know,
Nah, I think
but
the general consumer is like,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
don't care. They're like,
I don't think
you
so.
know.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. You know, I try to always imagine like my people, like
Oh
my
yeah, the
friends and
cursive
stuff,
name, nice.
what would actually make them pick up a book.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I mean, I think honestly, you know, having an interesting premise, a way that you could convey it, where you can convey it in a conversation and that would interest somebody.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, a lot of people like on Substack, for example, they will complain about, oh, I can't get published and this and that. And
Orality. You got to be able
Yeah.
to speak and people want to hear.
that too, but like
Okay.
you need to have like when I ask you what it's about, you can't like go on like a 10-minute freestyle. I'm like, well,
For
what?
sure.
that,
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
like have
You
like
gotta
2
say-
cents, like
you
have a
gotta be
little
able to say
pitch
it
or something.
clearly.
You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta
what
be able
is
to say
it?
it
You know,
clearly.
like,
Yeah.
and I think I know people in my life where it's like, if I'm like, yeah, you know, it's about this guy and identity and like he has a friend and he has this, and then I'm going out for 10 minutes, like, yeah, I'm not reading that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I mean,
I'm sorry that happened, but I ain't reading all
Yeah,
that.
I was like, I love you, but I'll buy it. I read
Yeah,
that.
sorry. Yeah.
but see, you know, this is something I theorize all the time too. It's just
Yeah.
like like I feel like most of people read a book because they gotta. It's something about the author
Right.
that appeals to them.
right.
You know.
Right.
And
Maybe.
so I think I mean like. You know, people at the gym or whatever. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
people at the gym read my. I mean, I said
Do they
this a
read
million
your? Do they
times.
actually
But I
read
mean,
it?
all
some
the
of them
writers
did,
you
like-
like
Yeah,
are
yeah.
people you relate to.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
bro?
In some way, personally, you don't like the worst is finding out that some writer's super whack when you get into like their actual person.
Right,
Or,
right.
That's you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not take shots
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Juno Diaz, but like
Oh, calm down. We gotta go.
who I love, who
We're gonna jump over.
no book was like Oscar Wilde to me. I read Oscar Wilde in one day. Like I read the book
Yeah,
3
it's fire.
times. I
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
with that book
I
a lot.
legitimately,
Yeah.
I keep wanting to get people on the pod, and then Harold keeps ambushing me by talking mad shit, bro. Like, I literally want Percival Everett to pull up, bro. Like I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stop, bro. That's like,
But you know, then I see sometimes he writing about movies and shit. Or
Yeah.
you can't help
What's
himself.
wrong with
I
him? What's
know.
wrong right
He can't
about
help
movies, bro? He
What's
like
wrong with
movies. Yeah,
bro?
what's wrong?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you
What's
on
wrong
this,
with movies, man?
bro. Movies is slap, bro.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
okay, you're right. Movies are good. Movies.
You
are
don't watch
good.
movies?
I do watch movies.
Yeah. Harold's like sexist towards movies. Like,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come
He's
with
like,
some
oh,
other
you watching
shit.
movies? What are
He's
you?
like,
a
he likes
girl?
movies. I'm like, what's wrong
Like,
watching
bro.
movies, bro?
He's like, pause. You're watching movies. Like, bro,
Damn,
what?
you whack. Who watches this art form that's been around,
No,
bro?
I watch
God.
movies. I like, you know, I'm just being, you know,
You got any?
I just
you
am
got
a
any new-
widespread hater.
Yeah, you got
I
any
appreciate it.
pieces that you working on or anything?
Like,
So-
just a book
Yeah,
right now.
just a
Yeah,
book,
just
yeah.
a book.
Like-
Yeah.
So your stack, is it like on an irregular schedule? You just
It's
post when you
it's
feel
not.
like
Like
it?
when I had just finished publishing or sold the book, you know, you guys know, you sell a book and then there's like 2 years where you're
Yeah.
just fucking waiting around. So, I was way more regular at that point. I was doing like once a week, or every 2 weeks. And
I didn't know
now
that. I gotta get on. I gotta see your stats.
Yeah. And now it's like once a month, and
Yeah.
like, you know, I finished the draft of this book, and so I was like taking 2 months off, so I had a lot of time. So I
Yeah.
wrote like 5 pieces because I had time, and now I don't have so much time, so it'll probably be like back to once a month. So, but you know, I try to just like
I seen what your one that really went off was the one about because it was some man article, right? Where you
the
responded
white
to-
male writers.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
All right, I'll fight that guy.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But Victim out now on paperback. Yeah, hop on the Patreon. I think Andrew might hang out for a sec.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm hanging
Okay,
out.
nice.
We'll bang a Patreon. Yeah.
What did we
banger.
do? An hour?
We
45?
did an hour, but let's
Nice,
do a little
nice.
more. We don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
do
yeah.
a whole hour if we don't want to. But yeah, hop on the Patreon.
For sure,
Talk shit
nice.
about people on Substack.
Yeah, nice.